Where's the close to go? Besides the shelter. These shelters, I ain't going to the shelter.
Yeah.
Shelters, he gets COVID, gets bed bugs, all that there, right?
I wish I had a good answer for you. I really do.
That's the problem.
I know.
No one has an answer.
I know.
They don't care. They just take everything they can. They don't care if it's your birth certificate, your social security card, your ID. They don't care about any of that. I had money to rent a place at a friend's, and my money was in my jacket last month when they took all of our stuff over there. So we're back out here. We got to work hard to getting our stuff back, and that's takes a while. So that really screws us over. I built this, so I mean everything. We lost everything, and we had no tent or nothing. So I had to do something to keep us warm, and I still don't even have a tent. So it's kind of hard.
It's just a one-room flat. You'll understand when you go in.
Got a couch, bed, shelves, no power, but batteries. Every 2 weeks we got to tear it down, move it all, and then let them do their cleaning, and then I come back and put it back up. Now there should be more people that actually help people instead of call and make little complaints because they're scared when most of the people out here are harmless and would help anybody.
With housing prices skyrocketing and jobs being scarce to find, the homeless community in Las Vegas is growing day by day. Only a handful of charities cater for the thousands of homeless people around the city in an attempt to get people off the street and back into society. U.S. Vets is a charity that aims to get homeless war veterans back on their feet. It's run by Giovanni, a former addict and rough sleeper himself, who understands the struggles and problems these people face every day.
Most people don't know mere steps away is one of the tunnels underneath the city where some of the homeless live. A lot of people move here thinking they're going to become rich, and they end up losing it all and stuck on the streets.
Any military veteran? Any military veteran? Sir. How you doing?
Dean, a homeless vet, built himself a home shelter under this bridge, but is in constant battle with other homeless people and the authorities.
Is it just you up there, or do you have something good to eat?
No, that's just C, but there's a couple things there and somebody on the end. Hey, quiet. Is that you, Doc? It's the worst thing in the world is being homeless. You're never safe, not for one moment. And consider everything you have gone, stolen, gone through, like just, I lost everything in the wash, in a flood, like 40 miles an hour, 4 feet high, and the rain didn't do that. They release water, and then it comes, and they don't set off no alarms, no like sirens or anything like tornado. Like, yeah, we're in there and we're not supposed to be there, like, but they know we're there. The tunnels are packed with people. You know what I mean? I think 9 people have died in the floods. It's almost a social experiment at this stage for me. You know, it's just so interesting. You know, you meet some of the most brilliant people, and then, you know, just the lowest dirt bag, like, out here, you know what I mean? They said, like, hey man, did you go through my stuff? Oh no, man, we wouldn't do that to you. I would tend to believe you if you weren't wearing my hat. You know, like that, like just the audacity is like, okay.
Giovanni does a formidable job of dedicating his life to help homeless veterans. But despite the best efforts of these charities, every year, sons, daughters, and loved ones are reported missing across the city.
My nephew is missing. He's been missing for 11 days. He's autistic and bipolar, and
He's extremely manic. We don't know. We cannot find him. We don't know if he's resting. We don't know if he's getting sleep. We don't know if his body's shutting down, but we can't find him, and we need to find him. We need to get this out everywhere. We have been in every camp. We've been to every shelter. We've been from here to the Strip. We've been everywhere. The jails are picking up the mentally disabled or missing people, and then releasing them without notifying the family that they have been found. And that's tragic, because if you have a missing persons report out there, you should be connected with your loved one right away.
So a lot of people go missing in Las Vegas, and most people don't have anybody like that cares for them and is out looking for them. Especially for somebody with mental health. I mean, you never know what's going on in their head, you know what I mean?
Vegas Rescue Mission is a charity that puts endless hours into supporting the homeless communities by feeding, sheltering, and giving job support to those who come through the doors. Originally from the UK, Heather manages the charity, helping the homeless population get their lives back on track.
The Las Vegas Rescue Mission is privately funded, all but for a very small amount of money that's for our Intact Family program, and that's county funding money that we have for that. The solution we're always looking for as providers to help these individuals is affordable housing, and there's just none of that here in Las Vegas that's readily available for a lot of these individuals who are finding themselves on the street because they can't find somewhere that they can sustain paying rent for.
Tommy and his son have been homeless for many months now and have been relying on support from Las Vegas Mission.
If it wasn't for Las Vegas Rescue Mission, we'd probably be out in the street. We became homeless because of an eviction. There was no fault of ours. We paid this man 10 months of rent, and then all of a sudden, December 1st, we get a knock at the door, eviction notice. A marshal at the door said we had 24 hours. They stole half of our stuff that we put out in the backyard because we had nowhere to take it. We could carry what we could here, and that was it. We were just completely devastated. It was the man who we knew that was supposed to pay the rent said he was going to take care of us. No chance in that. My son goes to school. We get up every morning at 5 o'clock. I make sure he's ready to go. But other than that, then I come back. I got about 3 hours to spend myself. I've been looking for a job. I go to West Side Library, where I spend most of my time looking for employment. I've been out of work for 10 months now, or actually almost a year now. And I've looked online, 940 applications I filled out. I do have 2 interviews next week. I'm happy for that. We're moving step by step, little steps, but it should all come together.
Tommy has a job interview next week, which will transform his and his son's situation. If he's successful, they can get back to normal accommodation and finally get their lives back on track. Jay is an estate agent living and working in Las Vegas who supports the homeless people as much as possible by trying to house them. He is acutely aware of how bad the housing situation really is.
We have a real problem in Las Vegas. We have a real problem in the United States, and I think Vegas really works as a microcosm. People come here with a dream. It's corny, right? But people come here with a dream. They want a better life. They think they can find employment. Everyone is, just like everywhere in the United States, people are living check to check, barely making enough money to survive, barely getting by, and then anything can go wrong. Anything can go wrong. Any big accident, any mistake, you take a bad job. You're in Las Vegas. We have all the vices. You make bad choices and you can end up on the streets. And I think people don't want to look at it. People don't want to pay attention to it because it's scary, because that could be us. That could be me. I'm a real estate agent now. I figured I could deal with these communities, and I'd really enjoy doing it. I could help middle class and lower middle class people, like the areas we're going through. I could help them find homes and live that part of the dream. And I couldn't. They couldn't get mortgages. Prices went crazy during the pandemic. And these people ended up being forced to rent, which all of these houses got bought by these investors, by these cash buyers, by Zillow and iBuy, and all these giant corporations, giant wealth piles that buy all these places. They buy all these homes, and then they end up driving up prices so that normal people can't afford any of it. Then they end up benefiting from it because they have this amazing pool of qualified renters who can't afford to get mortgages or get houses. It's just all the money always flows up towards the wealth. So, can't afford a house. You're paying your rent. Something goes wrong. You get fired from your job. It's the pandemic. A lot of people lost their jobs, right? You start falling behind. You can't keep up. You get evicted. You don't have an address. You can't get more work. It's a cycle that ends anyone who just gets unlucky enough. And the people who live here don't want to look at it because that could be us. Few things go wrong and that can be us. So nobody wants to acknowledge everyone. I lived in New York City, I've lived here, and the thing is most residents just walk by and don't look.